Hello, everybody. My name is Ari Ash Stone. I am a ceramic artist, educator, innovator, Reiki master, and musician from Syracuse, New York. And I am a graduate of Syracuse University and Chautauqua Institution School of Art resident. I would like to talk about a project I am working on in upstate New York for LGBTQIA2S artists to have a safe place to go. The proposed name of this collective is the Octopus Garden Collective. I'm going to read through my project summary and some of the stuff about the project. And I have in my description and the link in my bio to a GoFundMe to fund this project for LGBTQIA2S artists to live in a safe community. This is a proposed cooperative housing and artist residency to be located in the vicinity of Tompkins County, New York, designed to provide 4 to 8 residents with safe, affordable, and creatively supportive housing. The project centers LGBTQIA2S artists and makers seeking a collaborative, healing, and sustainable environment in which to pursue their work. The Octopus Garden Collective is not only a housing project but a living ecosystem, one that nurtures artists, land, community simultaneously. With funding support, this cooperative residency could become a sustainable, replicable model for inclusive rural, artist-centered living rooted in hope and collective care. The site would serve as both a residence and an integrated arts facility, including on-site ceramics and painting studios, shared resources, musical integration, and land-based ecological stewardship. The Octopus Garden Collective prioritizes cooperative living, mutual aid, artistic production, and environmental responsibility, particularly through indigenous gardening practices that support pollinators and food sovereignty. Artists, especially LGBTQIA2S+ artists, face increasing barriers to stable housing, studio access, and safe community spaces, particularly in rural areas. Many residency programs are short-term, competitive, or financially inaccessible, leaving artists without continuity, security, or collective support. The Octopus Garden Collective addresses this gap by offering stable cooperative housing rather than temporary residencies, a welcoming, explicitly LGBTQIA2S+ affirming environment, shared studio infrastructure to reduce individual financial burden, a land-based approach to healing, sustainability, and community care. This area of upstate New York offers an ideal rural setting for this work, balancing affordability, access to nature, and proximity to regional arts communities, including that of Ithaca, New York. Cooperative housing for 4 to 8 residents is part of this housing model. Shared governance and responsibility, emphasis on conflict-aware, consent-based, and trauma-informed living practices. The anticipated creative infrastructures include on-site ceramics and painting studios. Improvement and establishment costs are estimated at $10,000 US dollars, covering kilns, proper ventilation systems, supplies and tools, safe waste and material management systems, and residents will have access to professional grade equipment, enabling sustained artist practice without the prohibitive cost of private studios. The residency will support artists working in ceramics, painting, mixed media, music, and interdisciplinary practices. Residents will be encouraged but not required to share learning and teaching skills, collaborate, and engage in collective learning. In the environmental stewardship and indigenous gardening, the Octopus Garden Collective integrates land care as a core value. Residents will participate in group indigenous gardening practices that support both ecological health and community nourishment. Planned plantings include milkweed, which is critical for monarch pollinators, sunflowers, especially oxeye, which helps with the bee population, along with other flowers, vegetables for sustained living, other native, indigenous, and beneficial plants. This approach reinforces reciprocal relationships with the land while educating residents on sustainable and regenerative practices. The applicant qualifications of myself include that I have extensive experience in ceramics, education, collective art spaces, including being a ceramic technician for Syracuse University for a few years, ceramics and fine art residency at Chautauqua Institution, being a private instructor in clay at Camp Echo and Color Me Mine, teaching and studio experience at other locations, experience running collective housing and shared creative facilities. In addition to my professional background in art, I am a Reiki master, musician, and genderqueer activist committed to creating spaces rooted in hope, care, and transformation. Project Impact. The Octopus Garden Collective will provide long-term housing sustainability and stability for artists, support LGBTQIA2S plus safety and belonging, foster artistic production and professional development, reduce barriers to studio access, promote environmental stewardship and pollinator health, and strengthen the rural arts infrastructure. Now, I thank you so much for listening to my proposal. Again, my name is Ari Stone. If you would like to donate towards this cause, there is a link in my bio and in the description to this video to a GoFundMe that will fund this endeavor. Everything counts. Thank you so much. And if you could like, share, comment, subscribe, anything that feels resonant, I would be greatly appreciative of you. Thank you so much for listening and have a beautiful day.